I am the kind of person that is extremely fear motivated. The way that this presents itself is if I'm going on a hike and there might be bears, I will have bear mace. If there could be rattlesnakes, I know you must keep your extremities up above your heart if you are bitten. And if there's poison oak, I have a poison oak kit. Don't worry about it. This manifests majorly when I'm 16 years old in Yosemite National Park, and I am so afraid and cold in my cabin that I am shaking because I am so afraid of the creatures potentially outside of the cabin. I have to go pee, but there's no bathroom in our cabin, so I have to walk half a mile through the dark, which I'm also afraid of and haven't prepared for, to get to the bathrooms. And my mom looks over at me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'll go with you, fine." We walk out of the cabin, and as we're walking, I'm remembering what Ranger Dan told us. We, of course, went to the ranger session yesterday to learn all about bears to be prepared in the park. I have a map. I have a pamphlet. I've read every single board. Ranger Dan said this: "Did you know a bear can smell an unopened can of tuna from over a mile away? We use beer canisters only in the park. If you have shampoo, toothpaste, conditioner, better not be in your cabin. If it is, the bear will find it. It will enter your cabin." Suffice it to say, I have removed every item that could smell out of the cabin. I'm walking with my mom. "Mom, oh my gosh, it's not a bear. It's just car tires screeching on the road." We keep walking. We safely make it to the restrooms. We're on the way back. My mom notices I've stopped halfway down the trail. She's like, "Come on. It's just the hand dryer in the bathroom." But now I'm really worried because on the way in, she was like, "It's car tires screeching on the road." But as I'm thinking about it and the map of Yosemite that I've memorized, there's no road close to the cabin. And now she's telling me it's the hand dryer as we're walking. My mom is 5 feet tall, bright blonde hair. It's in pigtails. She is wearing full-length, matching flannel pajamas with troll print on them, Nick and Nora collection from Target, R.I.P., and wearing Birkenstocks. She thinks it's funny to kind of leave me in the dark. She knows I'm afraid of the dark, and there's nothing I can do to prepare for that. And she begins to hop from cement slab to cement slab because every cabin has a cement slab in front of it. And as she hops, it goes thwack. And she thinks that's really funny because she knows that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, the neighbors are going to hear us. It's 11. It's after quiet hours. Mom, they're going to be mad at us." So I'm running to catch up with her, and she looks like this little Girl Scout or Pippi Longstocking as her pigtails are flying in the wind. And she lands in front of our cabin with a thwack. I'm right next to her, and of course, the call and response is, "Whoa." There is a mama grizzly 20 feet in front of us with a baby grizzly 10 feet in front of us. And I freeze. I know humans are supposed to flee or fight, and I don't do either, and none of my bear training that I've learned has come into my mind. And I feel like I'm going through mud because all of a sudden, out of my peripherals, I see my mother moving, and then time speeds up and she's doing this. And time slows down and I go, "What are you doing?" And time speeds up and my mom goes, "Be bigger than the bear." And she books it, hands waving, pigtails flying, through the dark, and leaves me. I'm 16 with a grizzly and its baby, and the neighbors slide open their window and they go, "Shh, can you keep it down?" My brother is like Davy Crockett meets Indiana Jones, and he comes out of the cabin and he goes, "What's going on?" He's got a pocket knife. I throw him into the cabin, shut the doors. We get away from the door because Smokey or Smokette the bear is going to slash the door off and get us both. And we wait. And the only thing I can think is, who the fuck had an unopened can of tuna in the vicinity or their shampoo? Because that's the only reason this bear is here. And we wait for my imminent death. And we don't hear anything. We're like, okay. And then we realize that our mom's not with us. And I have to go back out into the darkness with the bear and my brother. So I get The largest object I can think of to protect us against the bear, it is a miniature flashlight. And we head out. We spend 45 minutes looking for my mother. We round a corner. My brother's in tears. I'm convinced the baby bear ate her pigtails, and the mama went for the rest. And she's sitting around a campfire with a family that has flown in from halfway across the globe from Japan, and she's asking them over weenies and marshmallows what they think of their American experience so far. I am so adrenalized and afraid that I'm shaking again and mad that no words can even come out of my mouth right now. My brother has to escort us back to the cabin. And it takes me a while to realize that the monster inside of me was a lot worse sometimes than the creatures outside. If you let fear control your life, it will control your life. You have to be bigger than the rattlesnake and the poison oak. You have to be bigger than the bear. My mom taught me you have to be bigger than the what ifs in life. I choose every day sometimes that I have to be bigger than the bear.